I sat down with Professor Swanson, who first explained how he was invited to be on the broadcast.
I was over to Beijing because I had contacts there from 2005 when I was a Fulbright scholar teaching at 2 universities. I got to know some people at China Central Television and became a consultant and also was a producer for some documentary programs. This was an opportunity to possibly go back to a place that I really enjoy very much, which is China, and the ability to cover a second Olympic Games.
Millions of viewers around the world were in awe watching the extravagant opening ceremony on their television, while Professor Swanson got to experience it firsthand.
The actual event was unbelievable. Those of you who have seen it here with NBC, because you didn't see, chances are, the CCTV channel that I was on. We were on the air a few minutes before the actual countdown, where you had 2,008 drummers on the stadium floor of the Bird's Nest. The 3.5 hours I was on the air describing what I was seeing was the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and I believe anyone will ever see in their lifetime. One of the interesting things that came up during the opening ceremonies, because it was an English channel, we started taking phone calls from people who called in English to ask questions of those of us who were on set. So the host of this particular 3.5 hour program got the phone call about the question, was there anything that China did not fulfill in its obligations? So they came to me first and I said, well, there's the issue of pollution. And it was interesting. They steered me away from this very quickly. The host of the program, as soon as I answered that pollution is still a concern, that China may not have fulfilled its obligations, the host said, well, there were the Olympics in Los Angeles and Atlanta, and they had smog problems too. And so then we went on to the next question.
In spite of the worldwide concerns such as pollution, press censorship, and decent suppression, Professor Swanson says the Beijing Olympics showed China at its best.
So this was a coming out party, a coming out event for China to show the world their traditions, their history, their cultures. They did a tremendous job. It was clearly that. This is what they wanted to do, they hoped to do, and I believe that they did highly successfully.